Hello. If you're watching this video, that means one thing. That means that I've successfully completed the Chloe Ting 2-week shred challenge. And that means that I can finally say the name of the challenge without stuttering. Sorry this video is a little late. I'm considering changing my posting date to Monday, but that will probably mean that I'll post on Tuesday, so let's keep it on Sunday. So how do I even begin? With being stuck inside and all, I hadn't done much exercise, at least in the month prior to me starting this challenge. But the main reason I wanted to do it is because I wasn't feeling too great. My back was hurting, I was losing weight. I felt like my body was losing definition. I lose muscle really fast, so I feel like that was happening. And my back was hurting so badly, like when I woke up, my back was hurting. Like that made no sense to me. And I knew it was because I wasn't exercising. So I wanted to get back into doing something. And I came across the Chloe Ting 2-week shred challenge that I can finally say without stuttering.
Breaking news got me breaking. I was present, hopeless, praying. Struck down at 20, plenty left to put behind you. You ain't peaked, never speaking, now they speaking about you, leave it alone. Hope you grinning while you watch your bros on some sofa sunny shit to brighten up a wounded soul. Honest, you the penny, pick it up like Chevy, New Age Machiavelli, disagree, don't tell me, now you in infinity, we 98, trust that he be good. On the ball like BB, don't make no mistakes, got the faith, the 18 just not gonna be the same.
I would say the first 3 days were probably the hardest. Those were the days that I least wanted to do the challenge. There were also the days that I didn't complete the challenge. I did all of the videos, but I didn't do all of them until the very end. So on the first 3 days, I felt like I did the challenge, but I only did it until exhaustion. Not exhaustion, but my form wasn't great. And at some point during the exercise, I would feel like it was better to relax and get ready for the next day, rather than push through with bad form. Keeping myself motivated to do this challenge would be the hardest thing, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard. One of my biggest concerns as well was to not lose too much weight while doing the challenge. My main goal was to gain more muscle and start exercising again, and hopefully feel motivated to keep exercising after the challenge. On day 4, I feel like it started to pay off. A lot of the exercises involve standing in sort of a plank position, so mountain climbers and planks. But there were many of them. On day 4, I started feeling the difference in my arms. Not that they looked any different, but they felt stronger. I didn't feel pain holding myself up anymore. And I felt like I could focus more on what my legs were doing or whatever the exercise was. And that was also the first day that I finished all the sets all the way through. And that made me really excited. However, day 5 was an active rest day, which I wasn't active at all. But I'll be honest, I probably spent most of the day on my phone and computer probably at the same time. So not ideal, and I definitely felt it on the day after that when I started exercising again. So the day after that, my arms were fine, but that's not the focus of the challenge, right? Those were the abs. And let me tell you, my abs were burning. I would take a breath and it would hurt. Yeah, so I think these 6 or 7, maybe both, were the hardest days because of that. And I'm pretty sure on day 7 I also did not complete the day completely. There was a suggested video that you could do if you wanted, and I definitely did not even click on it because I was in pain. So the second week rolls around and everything feels better.
She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her. You see her walking down the boulevard. She got the posture of a superstar. She looks so fly in those Gucci slides. Yeah, I wonder what she hides under her disguise. Yeah. And all the girls around the world, they wanna be her. And all the dudes are trying to score like.
So I went into the second week of the challenge with a few expectations. I thought that it would get easier for my muscles to do the exercises. At this point, I was already starting to memorize some of the exercises, of like the order of them. I would go to sleep and in my head I would hear the hearing the same music over and over again for the same exercises started getting a little repetitive at that point. But maybe that's just me, and regardless, it was still worth it to keep doing the challenge. So I pushed through it and finished it. And if you're watching this, it means that I actually did.
Let me paint a picture. I see they don't understand. Feeling like Picasso. She brushing against my hands. See you from around the way. You didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that you who really care what Simon say. All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to.
So I guess my first expectation was that it wouldn't hurt so badly, which I was wrong about. I felt like it hurt just as badly as it did in the beginning, especially my core. But after the second week rolled around, I was already used to it, so it didn't bother me as much. Especially for someone that was already feeling like back pains and stuff. Like I was already in pain for not exercising. And I knew it was for the best, so it's also not the worst thing in the world. Another expectation that I had was that I wouldn't need as much motivation in the second week as I did in the beginning, which I was also wrong about. Motivation is the hardest part of this whole thing. It's not the actual exercising that it's hard, it's just keeping yourself accountable and doing something about it. But I think that the fact that it was still really hard to do it made finishing it so much more rewarding, and it just paid off because I knew that it was something hard for me and I accomplished it. So I felt really happy about it. So here's a before and after. I actually gained 1 pound during this challenge, which makes me happy because that's probably some muscle, I believe. But I was really happy with the results. But I just want to put it out there that it's not about how you look, it's about how you feel. Even if I had a before and after and they looked exactly the same, I would still feel a lot better because I feel a lot stronger and my back doesn't hurt anymore, which is great. So yeah, I'm really happy I did this, and I might keep doing it, maybe not every day, but maybe every other day, just to keep things the way they are and not let myself go another month without exercising. So
she's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.
I never know what to do with my toes in this one. I don't really like it.
See, they don't understand. Feeling like Picasso. She brushing against my hands. See you from around the way. You didn't give me the time of day. You be making moves that you who really care what Simon say. All the bad things, girl, I had to look past that. Call yourself a dime, I'm just trying to get my cash back. You be looking fine, so no wonder they can't match that Louis V scarf.
Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.
'Cause babe,